We are off to the Curragh on Sunday for the Pick 6. It's Irish 1,000 Guineas Day and there is a rollover in the Pick 6 of €78,930. The first leg of the Pick 6, well, it's a maiden, and a maiden that Aidan O'Brien always holds the key to. The fact that Ryan Moore has chosen Cardini, a newcomer, a son of magician, speaks volumes, and I think Cardini is a must for all Pick 6 players. Also worth including in your coupons is number 10, Northwind, also from the Ballydoyle stable, has the benefit of experience under his belt, and he could improve for that experience. So the two to include in leg 1 are Cardini and Northwind. Moving on to the Tatterstall's Gold Cup, the first Group 1 of the day at 2:25. All eyes here will be on the Aidan O'Brien stable with Cliffs of Moher, but I think Cliffs of Moher is worth taking on with Defoe, the English challenger from the Roger Varian stable, with Andrea Atzeni taking the ride. Defoe's sole defeat in the last 2 seasons came in the St. Leger against Capri. He's looked a different animal this season as a 4-year-old. He was super impressive last time at Newmarket, and I think Cliffs of Moher was flattered by his win at Naas last time, where the race was run to suit with plenty of Ballydoyle runners in the race. So we're going to take on Cliffs of Moher with Defoe, and we're going to bank on Defoe. Moving on to leg 3 at 3 o'clock, it's the Gallinule, and Latrobe from the Joseph O'Brien stable has yet to win a race, but he has been very promising in 2 starts to date. Should probably have won at Naas on his reappearance, bumped in to the Aidan O'Brien trained Hunting Horn on that occasion, and in a maiden at the back end of last season bumped into James Cook as well. They're 2 strong pieces of form. I think he's a group horse in the making, and while Latrobe is still a maiden, I think he's worth including in your coupons here. Also worth including is Conclusion, also a maiden from the Aidan O'Brien stable. He looks to be crying out for this 1 mile, 2 furlong trip, and I think you'll see plenty of improvement from Conclusion now that he does get this extra stamina test. So it's Latrobe and Conclusion in leg 3, the Gallinule Stakes. Moving on to leg 4, it's 3:35, it's a 1 mile 2 handicap, and Wooster, so unlucky last time at Leopardstown. For Chris Hayes, I think if it gets looking running here, could be a big player. The former Joseph O'Brien trained Wooster needs the gaps to open, but hopefully they will on this occasion. And Tennessee Wildcat, right at the top of the handicap, is a class act of the race. Raised 102. Ger Lyons has shrewdly booked the very promising Sean Davis to take off £7, and I'm hoping the class might out in that 1 mile 2 handicap with Tennessee Wildcat, but also include Wooster. Moving on to leg number 5, it's the big one. It's the Tatterstall's Irish 1,000 Guineas, and it's boring, but I think happily so promising on her reappearance in the 1,000 Guineas at Newmarket. I think she could take a big step forward, like so many of O'Brien's do. He said earlier on in the season that the improvement from first to second start can be out of this world, and if that's the case with Happily, I think she will take the world of beating in the 1,000 Guineas under Ryan Moore. But also, just for a bit of backup, let's include Soliloquy, the Godolphin owned and Charlie Appleby trained Soliloquy, who I thought ran quite well in the Guineas as well. I think there could be more improvement to come from Soliloquy, but our top vote goes to Happily. The 6th and final leg, it doesn't get any easier, folks. It is a Premier handicap where Michael Halford certainly does hold the key. He's got the top 4 in the handicap here, and the one I like is Salt and Stall, who I think will certainly improve for this better ground. Salt and Stall was beaten a long way last time at Cork, but the ground was heavy there. A completely different kettle of fish here. He's got a much sounder surface, and I think Salt and Stall, William Buick booked, I think he could be the one of the Michael Halford quartet. So there's our Pick 6 coupon for Irish 1,000 Guineas Day at the Curragh. If you want to play on the Pick 6, don't forget you can do so on course, and you can also do so online at www.thetote.com.